Now we are looking at the marketing research process. You can see in this diagram, four-step process is there in marketing research. Now in certain textbooks, you might get either 5 or 6. Perfectly okay. When you summarize all the 5 or the 6-step processes together, we discuss all those steps in this 4-step process model. Now let's look at one by one. The first step of marketing research process says defining the problem and research objectives. Here, you being a researcher, it's your responsibility to define the business problem what you are facing properly. Reason, if you fail to identify your business problem, you fail to find proper information for decision making purpose. So that is the reason you have to define your business case properly. The problem what you are face right now, you have to detail one by one. And after that, you have to set your research objectives. What are you planning to achieve after the research? What are you really going to do with the information? So based on that only, rest of the steps in the marketing research process will be continued. So by looking at the second step of the marketing research process, you can see research planning. Developing a research plan for collecting information. So you need to develop the research plan properly. What type of data to be collected, from where these data are collected, and what is the research population and the sample, what are the data collection methods, whether it is a primary research you are going to do or a secondary research, whether you are planning to collect the qualitative data or the quantitative data, like that. You need to plan each and everything in your research. And also, you need to talk about your time and money investment you have during this stage, the planning stage. Then the next stage, implementing the research plan, collecting and analyzing the data. Now in second step, you have done your research planning. Now in third step, you are implementing the research plan and you start collecting whatever the data you have planned using whatever the technique you have planned. So once you collect those data, you start analyzing those data. As an example, you can use statistical techniques, mean, mode, median, frequency distribution methods, correlation coefficient calculations you can do to analyze these data. Then all these data you convert into meaningful information after the analysis. So those information you are sending for the decision makers by way of a report. And they are using those information to take vital business decisions. So your effort, your strategic approach, your mindful step, what you take from defining the problem and until preparing the research report is so much important to get a better strategic business decisions. So look at all these steps one by one and implement your research plan carefully to get whatever the information you expect from the market and finally to achieve your research objectives.